So, see dear students, today I will discuss, yesterday we have discussed regarding the variables of the solidification, what is the solidification, nucleation and the different types of nucleation in which the heterogeneous and the homogeneous nucleation. Now, we will see the directional solidification and it needs in the casting. So, see the solidification which occurs in the mold cavity, it's required some directions or a way by through which it can release the heat or the gases, due to which the solidification rate may be increased or has to be increased. Okay, now this as the molten metal cools and solidifies in the mold, it shrinks and contracts in the volume. Obviously, when the molten metal starts to solidifying, when it's comes its temperature below the melting points, it starts to shrink. Due to varying section of the cast parts and the different rates of an heat losses to joining in mold walls, some portion of the molten metal tends to solidify more quickly, resulting in a voids and a cavities than other portion. This voids must be filled with an incoming liquid metals from a feeder head, that is called as a riser. Okay, in the previous class also I have told you that what does the riser works. It works like a reservoir as well as feeder. Okay, where the shrinkage is occurring, where the solidification is occurring, where the size of that particular cavity in which the solidification is occurring is to be reduced. For that, the extra material is been transferred by the shrinkage or by the reservoir. Okay, the liquid material is been passed over there. So it also works like a feeder during the shrinkaging process of a molten metal. Okay, hence the casting must be so designed with respect to a feeding system. So, see the casting pattern is there by which the mold cavity is been prepared. Okay, that pattern should be designed in such a way that when the shrinkage process is going on, at that same moment whatever the liquid metal which is coming from the riser side, okay, which works like a riser size and fill into that cavity, should be uh, in, in in proper manner first of all, and sufficient quantity of the molten metal can supplied to the cavity so that it can try to reduce the shrinkage defects. Okay, so the casting should be designed in such a way that the flow of an reservoir, that is a feeder or you can tell as a riser, should be continuous flow. Okay, and it should supply to the cavity. So on that basis it should be designed. Okay, then next, the solidification which is made to occur in this particular direction is known as a directional solidification. Okay, such that the part of towards the feeder head, the solidification, then sorry, where we were. Okay, 1 minute. Hence the casting must be so designed with respect to a feeding system such that the part of a mold that is farted from the feeder head must solidified first, then proceed through the casting towards the feeder head. Okay, then the solidification which is made to occur in this particular direction is called as a directional solidification. So, see whatever the casting is there. Okay, just imagine this is a feeder from where this is a cavity where the liquid metal is coming, and once again enter into this cavity and supply continuous liquid metal. Okay, so the metal from which is related to the wall, okay, that should solidified faster, so that there will be a clearance between the wall or the mold cavity wall and the casting. So whatever the gap is been remained, that may be filled by the reservoir. So this is what called as a directional solidification. Okay, it should be done, sorry, the casting should be done in this in this manner, so that the reservoir can easily fill the liquid within it. Okay, if the solidification start at the middle, from the middle and goes in this direction, so what happens at that moment? So whenever the shrinkage is occurring over here, the liquid metal in the feeder also starts to solidified, and it doesn't supply the limited or the required amount of the molten metal to the casting, and finally the casting gets a shrinkage defect over here. Okay, so like this way the solidification should occur in an appropriate direction, okay, in appropriate manner, then only the casting can get a defectless, okay, by the manner, or you can avoid the shrinkages also. Okay, so this is all the important thing that you have to understand. Okay, now next, the directional solidification can be described as the solidification of a molten metal taking place in such a manner that the liquid feed metal is always available for that portion of the metal that is such just solidification, and it can be described as a solidification of the molten metal taking place progressively from the thinnest part, which solidifies first, and towards the feeder head rise, which solidified last. So see, the for designing the riser, is also very important. So see, usually the riser is designed in this type of taper part. Okay, so this is above whole of the riser, and this is connected to the cavity. Okay, so the riser should design in such a way that the head of the riser should solidified first. Okay, the inside should molten metal should solidified last. Okay, because so this liquid is continuously supplied to the cavity, okay, or the molten for the casting, okay, which is get solidifying continuously, it is supplying a liquid to this, okay, so that the shrinkage allowance can be avoided, shrinkage defects can be avoided. Okay, just imagine if this part is been solidified and over here at the top the liquid metal remains in a liquid portion, this gets solidified, then the metal remains up in the liquid portion. What will happen? This is been solidified, so whatever the liquid metal is there, that will not enter to the cavity because it is been already solidified over here and blocked the above liquid metal to entering the cavity. For that reason the riser should design in such a manner, okay, such a manner that from the bottom, so see,